Good evening, fellow Barbadians. This is Victor Callender. It's 5:57 p.m. or 17:57 Pacific Standard Time. I want to talk about the process of being contrarian. Many of us find ourselves in contrarian positions. We object for the sake of objecting. When politicians do that, you must pick apart the argument, the discussion, and look for a resolution to why that specific politician and or politicians are objectionable with reference to what seemingly is good for the masses. You also have to look at the record of politicians. Every politician has a record that he or she um, currently owns or has left as part of public record. Um, That is why I pay very little attention to Ralph Thorne or the other objectionists that masquerade as caring about the people. When they were in power, people like Richard Seeley, we have to hold their record up to the light and to see what these people did. Frondell Stewart and others. What did they do to, in more instances, in more cases than not, um, bring to the people some level of a transition to good living, good wages, good health care, safe environment, good drinking water. Those kinds of things you have to ask yourself about as you take in all of the criticism that's being offered right now as it relates to people from Africa coming to do business in Barbados or anywhere coming to do business in Barbados that would prop up the people in Barbados and help them along. You have to be an informed voter. You have to be an informed citizen. There's a litmus test that will prove or disprove what people are suggesting, whether people in the government or people in the opposition. I've listened to the conversation on both sides. And to be quite honest with you, the Democratic Labour Party is in no position to speak about justice when they, for years, 10 years, treated Barbadians as just us. They mistreated the people of Barbados, lied to the people of Barbados, and manipulated the books in Barbados, as it's referenced by what Mia Motley and her government inherited at the inception of taking power in Barbados. So don't pay these people no mind. Pick sense from nonsense and think for yourselves. You can continue to sit doing nothing as Barbadians, or you could move along with the government and try to build a future for yourselves and your children. Just pick sense from nonsense, Barbadians. It's very clear to see who is in your corner and who is not. Anybody can get out there and call for a march and march around Barbados and be an obstructionist. But that very same Ralph Thorne, he sat as a member of the Barbados Labour Party, and if he disagreed with the Prime Minister, why, or the government of Barbados at the time when he was a member, a backbencher in the government, why didn't he voice an opinion to the Prime Minister and to other members of his parliamentary team? Why didn't he? So suddenly he grew some intestinal fortitude and some testicular fortitude and moved over to the other side of the bench. And now all of a sudden he's on the other side of the aisle and he could not offer to the government of Barbados what he's now offering to the people of Barbados on the other side of the aisle. Foolishness, I'm telling you. The man is masquerading in the form of a Lilliputian, right? He's never offered anything substantive to the people of Barbados. And if you permit him to detract away from you and your children and the prosperity that you and your children can receive, or any of these other ignoramuses, that offer themselves as politicians or whatever they purport to be, you're doing yourself and your children and the future of Barbados a disservice. Don't listen to foolishness except in passing. Don't listen to it. Ask for proof. Proof as to what people can do and what they've done in the past. In a lot of cases, the past is credible as it references the future. If you've done nothing in the past, more likely than not, you'll do nothing in the future. Kerry Simmons was very, very eloquent in laying out what the government of Barbados intends to do. And I believe that those people who are currently housed in those locations along where that building will be built, that they will be taken care of. Proof will come to you that those people will be taken care of. But when you sit down and do nothing and cross your hands and expect to gain something from doing nothing, it does not come to fruition. Barbadians, 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Be not fooled by the idiots in your midst who are transactional human beings who only seek for themselves and their families but do not care for you or yours. It is simple. It is simple. Ask them the requisite questions and see what their responses will be. Do not listen to people who have no good intentions for you and who will lead you astray. Do not listen to them. It is rubbish. They're nonsense peddling. These are nonsense peddlers. These are people who are passing gas through their mouths. Okay? Fartologists. That's what they are. They are farting through their mouths. Don't listen to these idiots. All they can do is lead you off a slippery slope into nothingness. Look at what the Prime Minister and the government of Barbados is doing. Engage them. Ask tough questions, and sometimes you may disagree with the Prime Minister. She knows that. The government of Barbados knows that. But come up with a solution. The people that's going to lead you to march all over Barbados and protest and try to hinder, they have no solutions. No solutions. They're talking out to the other side of their backsides. They have no solution, fellow Barbadians, as to what they intend to do for the good of the people and for the good of the country. It's time to move forward in the 21st century. In case anybody has not been looking, things are not going the way that they used to be. They're not.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.